So, beside the seaside, beside the sea, with 3 jewels, or is it 2?
I think there are 2.
Tell me about it.
Because this diamond used to be in this ring, and it was left to my daughter from my mother-in-law, and she's got very narrow, very small, beautiful fingers, and she couldn't wear that one.
No.
So we thought it's better to use it so she can wear it. We haven't damaged anything.
No.
We were just taken out very carefully and made into a ring to feed her.
Yes.
And then I put that one in.
Yes, yes.
Just to have something,
Yes.
and I kept the original box.
Yes, no, very, very
so
sensible.
there's actually 2.
2 jewels, that's what
2
I
jewels.
suspected,
Yes, it is, absolutely.
But
2
they
jewels.
both have got very, very interesting histories. I think I want to deal with this one
that
first.
one. That
yes.
belonged to my other daughter, from my mother-in-law again.
Yes, and it's perfectly obvious. It's by Boucheron. So who
Yes.
bought it at Boucheron?
I don't know. My mother-in-law was born and brought up in France by Greek origin, and then she married my father-in-law in 1925, 24, and
Yes.
she came to England.
Yes.
So, and they often went to Paris.
Yes.
So it could have been my father-in-law or her father. I
Yes,
don't
exactly.
know.
Well, I think it probably dates from her time in Paris.
Yes.
And she was clearly a very discriminating buyer because Boucheron is one of the most famous
Yes.
firms in the world for making jewellery, in tandem with Cartier and with Fabergé.
Yes.
And so it's the highest possible level of craftsmanship. And here we see it. This is a plaque of jade, isn't it?
Yes.
Mounted in platinum with a sort of stylized ribbon behind in sapphires and diamonds. But this is superbly sort of tight work, very meticulous, very shrill pitch of perfection indeed. And the disc of jade is actually anticipates the Art Deco period, where there was a sort of whiff of the Orient brought in
Yes.
to a rather geometric style. And I suspect this is just a hint before that breaks out, really. I mean, something maybe 1920 that this was made.
Yes.
And then by 1925, 1927, things have got much more sort of geometric and robust.
Yes.
And it actually brings us on to this ring, which is actually a really beautiful expression of the Art Deco period. And in fact, it's a pulse-making object, really. It looks so modest. It's made of rock crystal, which has nothing to do with glass at all.
No, I didn't know that.
And it's a stone, and it's lapidary work, and it's cut almost it looks almost a sort of machine age object, doesn't it? With
Yes, it does. I
Yes.
thought it was plastic.
Like, yes, I know. Well, that's
Sorry.
good. Well, it most definitely isn't. It's ice-cold, water-white
I know.
rock crystal.
But it looks plastic.
and it looks like sort of Fernand Léger, the painter Fernand Léger, the sort of machine age of jewellery. And that's all terribly relevant because it's retailed by René Boivin, who's another very famous French jeweller, but famous also because they had a designer there who's becoming the absolute focus of interest in jewellery, called Suzanne Belperron. And she was a manufacturer and a designer for Boivin, and then went out and made her own reputation on her own. And I don't think there's a shadow of doubt that this is actually designed for Boivin by Belperron
see.
to accommodate this not insubstantial diamond.
Yes.
So you'd have a water white rock crystal
right, yes.
Art Deco ring with a water white diamond in the middle, an older cut diamond, and it's a sort of essay in colourlessness, isn't it?
Yes.
And the return of light and scintillation. 2 stones, one valuable, one perhaps not valuable but decorative. And these are astonishing evocations of Parisian glamour, aren't they?
Yes.
They are. And it's exactly what people want today. And with want comes dizzy value.
Yes.
And I think that this Boucheron brooch here,
Yes.
made of actually tiny, tiny sapphires and diamonds and jade of no particular value, is nudging £18,000.
What? Oh. Yes.
But that's not the end of it,
Oh.
because the diamond here
Yes.
intrinsically is worth another dazzling £15,000.
Ooh.
And it was jolly fortunate that you kept the original
Oh, yes,
context of it.
yes.
And you were very careful to have done that. And I'm going to sigh a breath of relief because this is a very, very exciting moment indeed. And you do have something that's the centre of jewellery collecting at the moment. People want this jewellery, this colourless Art Deco statement, more than you can ever imagine. And so I think if you were to put that diamond back in there,
yes, yes.
that a value of something like £55,000 to £60,000 would be appropriate.